Hi, I'm Raborn Johnson for Sample Library Review, and today I'm checking out Taste by Audio Ollie. True to its name, Taste is a sampling of the entire Audio Ollie catalog, strings, percussion, synths, and even more. However, Taste is much more than just that. It's a huge sampling of curated multis and presets with some fresh content to give even the owners of Audio Ollie's full libraries something new. With Taste, Audio Ollie have skipped the tasting menu and went right into a 7-course meal. Taste requires the full version of Kontakt 5 and downloads at 15 gigabytes. Taste combines a curated collection of select instruments from the Audio Ollie catalog and mixes in a healthy portion of multis, including instruments from LA Modern Percussion, Nashville Scoring Strings, Scoring Synths, RCD Uke, and new content from the upcoming RCD guitars. Taste is available from Audio Ollie for $99, but at time of review is on the incredible introductory price of just $3. So today we're checking out Taste by Audio Ollie, which is a sampling across the Audio Ollie catalog of different instruments that they've created, different patches from those instruments, and then a special set of multis that have been created and curated just for this set. So the cool thing about this pack is whether or not you own any Audio Ollie libraries, you're going to like this library. If you own all of the Audio Ollie libraries, this still has brand new content, both from the current instruments and also from the forthcoming RCD guitars, as well as a preview version of the Postcard Piano by Teletone Audio. However, if you don't own any of the Audio Ollie libraries, this one is definitely for you. There's some great stuff from across their line, including things like Nashville Scoring Strings, LA Modern Percussion, their ukulele library, their Scoring Synths library. There's just lots of good stuff to be had here. The thing we're mainly going to dig into today are the multis. You can see here when you open the library that you have an instruments folder and a multis folder. The instruments, as you can see, include orchestral strings, percussion, piano, stringed instruments, which would be things like guitars, bass, uke, and synths. And then the multis is, again, that's where the layering happens. That's where the curation really has happened with new presets and new sounds, especially new combinations that have not been done before and that I personally would probably never think to put together. Just some really, really great stuff in here. So we're probably just going to do 1 or 2 patches from the individual instruments and then really dive into the multis. So getting started with orchestral strings, you can see here that you've got 2 different patches in 2 different variations from the Nashville Scoring Strings library, which I did a review on a couple of months back. Just a really great library, and one of my favorite patches from Nashville Scoring Strings are the Harmonics. Just excellent raw harmonics. So I'm going to play that for you. And again, remember, this library is very dry. So, that's one of the things that's actually really good about it is you can add your own reverb, but you've got tons of different mic positions that you can choose from. So just to give you a really good sampling of what you got here. And I'm just going to play with one hand so you can hear the mod wheel. Well, I'm noticing the mod wheel doesn't do much, so let's play with 2 hands. Just really, really beautiful. All right, let's jump straight to the percussion. There's a good sampling of LA Modern Percussion here, which is just a wonderful, wonderful library. We're going to get into multis and we'll dig into those a little bit more, so I'm only going to show you one or two patches here, but there's a really good sampling of the dynamic hits and the toms and the bass drums, as well as things like the tom ensembles and some fills, which are tempo synced fills for the toms, and also like endings that you can put on there. So they really add some natural life and breath, breathe some breath into your percussion patterns. So let's go ahead and start with the toms here. I'll just make a quick note to let you know that on the dynamic hits, the blue keys denote the different velocity layers. So if you start here, you're going to get a really low velocity all the way to here at the highest velocity. So the green keys actually cycle through the different velocities. They're velocity sensitive, so that way you can avoid the machine gun effect. So I'm going to play you a little bit here. Gives you a feel for that. Let's do just one more, just to give you a sampling of the fills here. Let's do some of these fills. And I'm going to add some different mic positions here. And the great thing here is you'll notice the key switches down here at the bottom. Each of these key switches opens up a whole new set of fills for each of these keys. So you get a lot of different fills with these. Some of them, for instance, if you hit some of the different keys, you'll notice that some of them have more key switches than others, but it just really gives you a good range to choose from. Okay, and moving along to the piano, this is the bonus free preview version that you get of the Postcard Piano, which is a library that's forthcoming from Teletone Audio, I believe. I'm not sure if that's out yet or not, but anyway, this is the preview edition, so let's check that out. And the stringed instruments, again, these are taken from the forthcoming RCD guitars as well as the RCD ukulele library that's already out. So let's just do a couple of these. And one thing I'll note about this collection is that you are getting a very diverse collection of instruments with taste. And because of that, there is a broad volume range across the spectrum here. Some of the instruments you're going to notice, like the one we just played, is super, super quiet. So your volume, you're probably turning it up and going, where is it? But then some of the other instruments, such as the percussion instruments and some of the guitars or basses, are very, very loud. So I want to apologize ahead of time, as there probably will be some distortion just because there's not really a great way to record these at one level and let you hear the lower layers while also controlling the upper layers. So there might be a little distortion on the top end, but hopefully you can still get a feel for what we're doing here. And again, let's just do one other. Let's do maybe a pick string electric. And let's move along to the synths. Now, some of the synths are very loud, so I'll just go ahead and warn you before we get started. We're just going to do a couple here. Let's try the stabs. And how about we try a high pad? All right, so that's just a quick breeze through the individual instruments. To me, this is where the magic happens. So in the multis, you get the ARPs, you get some cue starters, keys plus plucks plus strings, loops, pads and textures, percussion, and synths. So we're going to do just a few of each of these to give you a feel for what you've got in store when you check out Taste. So the first multi here is called Firefly. Really nice. And the thing I like about what Audio Ollie are doing here is you can see you've got a whole lot of different instruments layered here, some within the same library, some not. So you've got the scoring synths along with the forthcoming RCD guitars. So these are combinations that I don't know about you, but I probably would never think to put these together. So I really appreciate the curation that's been done here. It just really gives you some fresh sounds. Let's go down to Folky ARP. Again, that's another really quiet one, so just keep that in mind. Again, you'll want to control that volume. Let's jump down to Stratosphere ARP. And let's jump down here. How about we try the mod wheel with the toy box? There's some cool things going on with the mod wheel on some of these patches. So I'm just going to play with one hand and do the mod wheel with the other and let you hear these layers fade in. There's just some really good fodder here, especially for underscore, for things like documentaries. Just really great. And let's go ahead and move to the cue starters. And you can see these are really low. You can see there's a lot of electric guitars going on here. There's just all sorts of things. Postcard pianos, scoring synths, electric bass. Now this one I'm just going to start with one key and you'll see why. That's just really, really nice. Love that. All right, Sherlock and load. That's a nice play on words. Let's let these load up. You can see that there's a lot of loading going on here, so let's give it a little time. Just as an FYI, I'm running these from a 7200 RPM hard disk. So, of course, if you're on an SSD, this would be much faster, but just so that you'll know about the loading times here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now check this out. This says mod wheel, so actually let's do one key or one hand, and let's bring in the mod wheel. Really nice. All right, keys plus plucks plus strings. Let's do the Andromeda Piano. And you can see here we only have 2 keys. So this will be interesting. Let's see what we've got here with these 2 keys. Really creepy, quiet underscore. And let's do Ocean Piano. Oh, looks like we're missing something. I need to go check and see what that is. But for now, let's go ahead and clear that one out. And let's go to Rachel's keys. Sometimes you run into that with a library when you're loading it, that you miss samples and you just have to go back and pull those out of your sample folder. You probably already know that, though. Now, how is that for a gorgeous trailer-style piano? I love that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, Tremolove. I really like that in the lower register. Again, just a really nice underscore. You don't want to really play too many notes on that one. All right, let's try loops. Very nice and spacious. A lot of ambience going on in that. All right, we've got another acoustic underscore coming up with the mod wheel. So one hand on the keys and another on the mod wheel. Really cool. It's got a lot of tension in it. All right, pads and textures. Let's go to, how about we jump over to Bumblebee Sordinos. Another interesting combination, the Consordino from Nashville Scoring Strings along with the RCD acoustic guitar riffs. Let's try Digital Madness. Yeah, when you introduce that mod wheel, that madness is a great way to describe it. And here's some EBow guitar swells. Really nice. Very quiet, really nice. All right, let's do one more. How about the Fields? Another beautiful underscore there. All right, let's move along to the percussion. Now, one of the things, if you own LA Modern Percussion, you might be familiar with some of these multis. I might be wrong, but I seem to remember Krypton Toms and The Darkest Night being in there. We did a full review, a video review of LA Modern Percussion probably a year and a half ago, so you can go back and check it out to see the full library, but I really like the multis that are in here. They're super powerful, very epic, great for trailers, great for, just a lot of epic tracks. So check these out. Again, same rules apply. Blue keys go from the velocity from lowest to highest, and the green keys cycle through the velocities. Very, very epic. Let's go to the Krypton Toms. We know where those are coming from. A nice nod to Hans Zimmer there. And let's do the max groove here. And you can see here we only have one key, so you can tell by the 120 BPM that we're tempo synced to our DAW and that this was originally recorded at 120 BPM, so let's check it out. Very nice. If you need some inspiration, that's a good place to go for it. That'll get you going on those percussion sections. So here, and you can see there's a lot stacked in here. Here's the alternate version. All right, let's do one more of that to see what the Alt 2 is. And here we have the electric bass from RCD guitars added in as well. Now you can tell that it's on mute as a default, but obviously it's there for a reason. So we're going to start without it and then we're going to introduce it. Pretty much have the same thing there, but when you take the mute off and put that electric bass in there, we have yeah, I like that. You can see it's panned all the way to the left. I don't know if you're wearing headphones when you're listening to this, but you can hear that driving in there. And of course you could turn it up and give it a little more volume even, just to give you an example here. Really nice. Oh, once again, we have a nod to Hans Zimmer with The Darkest Night. Let's check it out. All right, and for the synths, let's just do a couple of these patches. How about we try the synth slide guitar? Actually, let's just do one of these. Really, really nice. All right, I changed my mind. One more. Let's do one more. How about slide synth to mod wheel? That is really nice. I might have just completely blown your speakers out. But if I didn't, that was really, really nice. And that, my friends, is a taste of taste. This library was available for the incredibly low price of $3. It's going up to $99 sometime in the not too distant future. So if you're listening to this shortly after it's posted, just stop what you're doing and go grab it. $3. This is the best $3, the best $3 musical dollars you'll probably ever spend. And even at $99, this has some just excellent content. The great thing about Taste is it gives you a really good sampling of the entire Audio Ollie catalog, but not only that, it gives you just a lot of different instruments. You can create entire tracks just from this library alone. So check it out. I hope you enjoyed Taste, and bravo to Audio Ollie for bringing this to us. Thanks for checking out Taste with me today. So what do you think? Do you already own some of the full libraries from Taste? What's your favorite Audio Ollie library? Comment below and let us know your thoughts. Please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to check out SampleLibraryReview.com for more news and reviews and to stay in the know about weekly sales with our weekly deal compressor.